Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Okay, it's 1 p.m. Eastern my time, so let's start. Thanks everybody for joining. My name is Simon, thetraderinstitute.com. This is the website. Now, a few things are not updated. We changed things recently, and I'm excited to share the changes with everybody. There will no longer be the 2 weeks trial available. We're going to be doing open weekly trials. So every time you visit the site, you will see weekly Tuesday trials. Every Tuesday we'll have a trial, 3 hours in my live trade room. And if you joined our email list, you will be sent that. Or if you can join our Telegram channel, we have a Telegram channel that I gave to Anna here. This is our Telegram, but this one here, it's public. I have 670 subscribers. This is where you would get the invite weekly on Tuesday before the session starts, so you can join the live session. There's more changes that's happening on the side, membership, etc. But I will explain them throughout this webinar. The objective of today's webinar is simple: is why do you need to consider using Sierra charts, right? For trading, or if you don't want to trade with it, you could use it as a platform for plotting indicators, and just as a platform where you could just watch and trade your accounts with other brokers, with other platforms, etc. SierraChart, I've been using it for many years. I switched from different platforms. That's because it's really comprehensive. It has a ton of free indicators, a huge amount of options for charting, and it doesn't freeze on you. It's very easy to use. It doesn't take a lot of juice out of your computer. It doesn't freeze. I had never had an issue with it. You have a choice of using it on sim or live or both. It has a lot of features that you would know with time. Now, the main thing that I'm offering today that we have added, first of all, we changed our structure of the structure for our memberships. We made it really easy, really affordable, straightforward. And also we are adding SierraChart's platform to the offers, which means, how often you're stuck with something that you cannot use because, or an indicator that you cannot use because you have to use it specifically on a specific platform. Let's say NinjaTrader, it has an indicator that you have, but you don't have NinjaTrader. You have to go buy it. So we are offering Sierra charts into the mix. Okay, we are paying for it. So now you can use Sierra charts as a standalone. Our indicators, if you like them, because they are really high-end, volume-based, you can use them as a standalone platform. Just like when you buy an indicator package, that you don't have to put it on any platform. It has its own platform, right? So similar to that, I'm excited to offer this today. I will try and be a little bit slow and a little bit concise or precise with my presentation because I don't have time limits, right? I don't think I have a time limit. I will try maybe go within 1 hour, and hopefully once you join us in the live trade room Tuesday trials, you can ask questions. You will see us in action. So these things are changing, and hopefully you will enjoy the presentation. Meanwhile, at the end, if you have any questions, please ask. I recommend that you hold your questions, write them down, please. Write them down, but hold them so I could answer them as we at the end. The thing is, one of the indicators, or a couple of indicators that I use, I created a while back, and I'm proficient at it. I really took it to the next level. Both of them, sorry, are volume-based, and it's mind-boggling that how 80 to 90% of traders don't even know these indicators exist. One of them, and this is again going back to Sierra charts, there's a reason why you should be using Sierra charts, especially if you're doing futures, because one of the indicators is based on market depth. Now you can tell me that this chart has or that chart has market depth. No, none of them has comprehensive historical market depth like Sierra charts. All the other, I've been studying this, trying to create the same indicator on different platforms. It's not working. Only on Sierra charts, because it has historical market depth, and I will show you how important that is moving forward. So it's mind-boggling how 80 to 90% of traders don't know this. Let's talk about me. I'm an independent, profitable trader that uses volume profile with my own confirming indicators. Watch the word confirming indicators, right? I can make a living from the markets because my methodology is solid. I take low risk and high reward trades. Let me show you. I wasn't thinking about it, but let me show you this. This is one of the members mentioned on, because we have a specific channel for members to chat. Watch this. One member said, Simon is a great analyst to me, who has been a risk so he has been a risk manager overseeing 100 million a day, and I have seen a lot. I worked on a floor in Chicago, then transitions to screens. I'm working on something else, pharmaceutical, but I am watching out for my side view mirror always. His levels are unparalleled. What we use on the and this is what they use on the floor. He is good. When I engage again, I will explain risk, saying bottom line, folks. What he's saying is that what he's saying that the high reward, low risk trades, and we'll talk about how to confirm what is it that you need to look for in order to trade. So basically today I'll try and educate you on what we do, and if that interests you, we can move forward in terms of I'm not selling you anything today. You can attend our trials. Okay, fair enough. So Sierra charts, since we are including Sierra charts in our offers, our indicators package will act like a standalone system, and this is exactly what I mentioned. Standalone system. Now, until recently, a lot of members that I have over probably 1,500 members. A lot of members that wanted to switch to Sierra chart, they were complaining about how Sierra chart has no active or personal support. They send you information, you go ahead and learn and do it by yourself, right? That's what the normal is with Sierra chart. There's no help, no support. They will send you documentations, and you basically follow the documentations, follow the instructions, and install whatever. And it's frustrating because we got used to, as human, we got used to somebody to hold our hands all the time. This is what I do for my members when it comes to trading. I hold their hands, right? So I expect everybody expects the same. For example, if you go to a Ninja Trader, if you want to download Ninja Trader, they have an amazing support. They will hold your hand, etc., etc. Sierra Chart is different. It's high end in terms of quality, but their service, unfortunately, was in the past some kind of a take the document, learn it, and you go. But recently, what happened is that recently I looked into support, and I found amazing things that are happening. The Sierra chart improved their connections, etc. So I have 3 brokers here: AMP, Stage 5, and Edge Clear. These 3 brokers support Sierra charts. So if you trade with them or if you have accounts with them, they will hold your hand and installation, etc. Even with AMP, for example, you see, you can start a demo. You see, you can start a demo. So there is support, there is help, and it's always great to have it. All right, make sense? What is volume-based? What are we talking about? We're talking about volume-based indicators, starting with volume profile for Sierra charts, right? So let's first talk about volume profile for Sierra charts. Let me bring my charts up here, and let's talk about. This is where the fun starts. Just be patient with me. As I said, I'll be a little bit slow, right? But be patient with me, please. Where is my Sierra charts? Here. All right. So if you look at a volume profile, this is volume profile on the crude. You see that, right? And if you see this volume profile, basically you will see things like this. Let me sharpen the edges. You will see levels. This is a level. Let me change the color of the pen. There's a level. This is a level. These are zones. This is a zone. This is a zone. This is a zone. These are zones. So this zone here, basically, folks, acts like a continuation versus rejection. How does that work? You notice how the market stopped right here, and this is indicator number one. This is volume based. It's not available on most of the platforms, but it is available on some platforms, right? What I have created here, it's dynamic, and I will show you how it works in terms of maximizing it, minimizing it, making it sharp, etc. Even the colors you can change. But you notice how the market, how the crude stopped here and started bouncing. You see this edge? I'm sorry, a little bit higher. See how the edge stopped it? This is on a small scale. For example, this is a, what is it, an hourly chart, stopped it. You notice how if I move with this, and let me erase the, if I bring more, if I put less charts into this, you see how the volume profile decreases, right? And see how I'm just basically making it bigger, making it fatter, and I can make it slimmer, smaller. I can see how I'm doing the edges now. I am smoothing the edges and then sharpening the edges as well, right? So if I bring less, or if I change it to a small chart, for example, 987 tick chart, it's changing to a 987 tick chart. Until then, just wait. I have the long term. This is long term on crude. Oh, better yet, let me show you long term on ES. This is from today. This is from today, folks. The ES, E-mini S&P, went up, and I had a level. You notice how there's a level. See, there's a level here. There's a continuation zone. It looks the same, right? This is a continuation zone. So there's a zone that if the ES goes into it, it's going to continue. Does this make sense, folks? And I've been doing this for a very long time. Let me erase this. Let me make it a bit more clear. This is important, so please be patient for me explaining it. Be patient, please. Here, let me sharpen the edges. All right. So there's a zone. You see this green, and it's a belly here. This is a zone. You see it. There's a zone right here for that is continuation zone. But there is a level where it's a maximum amount of entry into it that you would allow before you cut it short. You cut your trade, which means you stop, you take yourself out. If you're going short, for example, this is the maximum. You see this box? So basically what I'm looking at a cluster of volume. It's a bit ugly because I have to explain it to you in a different way. I will explain it to you further. This is the most important thing you need to learn today, and then we move on to the next. 68% of this cluster, which is also a Fibonacci, 68% of the cluster is here. It's within this box. So once if the market goes into it and it continues into it, watch out. You don't need to keep selling because it's going to go up now. Anybody did not understand this? Once we go into the cluster, let me grab something like, where is it? Where is here? Let me show you in a different way. Again, I'll take my time because this is important. These are two clusters. This is more clear now. Two clusters of volume profile. Let's say it's on the daily. And I have the main 68% of this. Are we having problem sharing? Hello? No, I think we're good. No? Audio, video, we're good. Audio, video, we're good. I think we're good. Great, excellent, thank you. My stupid screen gave me something. So there's the cluster of volume, and this is in a box. You have to eyeball it. This is 68%. So here's the thing. The ES was coming down over since the beginning of the year, coming down, went up. It came back here, came back down. Now it broke this continuation zone. It went up. It took this area. See the top of the level. It came down and then went up. It broke it. And now it's going into the next continuation zone. Is it clear now? If I do this, you will see. See, this is the cluster that I talked about. It's poking into the next zone, right? And if you see in the morning, I gave a signal to my members. First thing, July 7th, today, when the ES was much lower, right? I said ES has a level, okay, and then I said my stop losses. If I want to short the market, that was in the morning. My stop losses will be above 3,900. You see, it will be above 3,900. So because this is the last chance for the market to exit, to get into the next level. So far so good. So what happened here, since I showed you in the pictures, please, I will take my time with this because this is important. Even if you don't buy anything from me, this is important. Volume profile is one of the most amazing indicators that you would see. You see how it's trying to poke in. My charts are not disabled because I want to focus on teaching now. But you see how the market tried to poke, the ES tried to poke to this level and then it didn't. And then all of a sudden you have this magenta line or purple line showed up. This is another indicator that I'll talk about. This is where market makers give you or show you where their interest is. Substantial action levels, SAL indicator. And you see how fast the market continued up into this area. This is a continuation. We call it a suction tube. It's a name that I created probably 15 years ago, and it stays. No, nothing changes in terms of naming them because students got used to them. So you see how the market moved fast into this. This is a suction tube, low volume area. The market moves fast into it. You notice how here, if you look at the bottom, you see how let me just make it more clear. I'm sorry. I'm just want to explain this, and I'm excited about this because this is important. If nothing, at least try and grab some kind of free version of this if you don't want to join us. It's very important. See how the market, the ES came back down here, tried to poke lower. See, poke lower. So any lower would have gone even much lower, but it didn't. It stopped. This was your support. It went back up. You notice how at the top of this area, how the market hesitated, clustered here, and then it broke back up this whole area. This also applies to small short term as well. And I have this as detailed education in my members area to teach you how to create, how to trade every level. Okay, let me go to crude. Sorry, this here. Remember we switched to 987 tick chart on crude earlier. On the crude, on the CL. So if the CL, this is the CL 987 tick chart. See how it stopped here and it's bouncing down. Noticed earlier how it bounced from the bottom of this level here, and this is just volume profile. With this presentation, I will add different indicators slowly. So each indicator will give me more assurances that the market will bounce. For example, a power line, something like this will show up, a power line, an arrow, because all of them are included. So whenever you have all of them showing up or a few of them show up, this is when you are comfortable with not only knowing the trade is going to go long, most likely, but also know your stop loss. All right. Anybody confused so far? I'm going to go do this. This is on a small chart for scalpers. You see how the crude stopped at the top here? You see? So there is, see how this, for example, this cluster here, what made the crude jump down? This is only on a small chart. I mean, you can add different time frames, different tick charts. What I use a daily, I use hourly, and then I use tick charts. Okay. So, any questions on this one so far? Let me show you while you're thinking about questions. Is volume based on the price that is intersects at? Good question. Now, let me show you ES 1 hour. No, it's not based on that. It's based on, the tape bid and ask ladder and how many contracts are bought or sold. So this is 1 hour candle for the ES. So it tells me there was more action here. See this area? There was more action, although when I turned off my charts, it gave you like a doji here, but the more action was here. So this is where you have buyers and sellers, the number of buyers and sellers creating a profile of volume, hence volume profile, right? So it's not about intersecting, it's about volume. It's a bid and ask ladder, and it'll show you buyers and sellers. But if you keep gazing at that, you're going to get dizzy and you will not understand it. We're human beings. We need to see something more simple, right? So here, while I showed you how the ES reacted to the volume profile, let me show you the YM on a daily chart. 1 day. All right. Do you see where the YM stopped today? I don't know. YM is going down. I think. Let me take a look at my side charts. US 30. Yeah, it's reacting. It's coming back down a little bit. Exactly. Do you see how this zone actually? This was part of my top-down analysis this morning. See, even I said YM. See, this is the YM. Do you see how I told my members this is a great resistance level for the YM? It tried to break it. It's going back and forth, and there's also a power line. I don't know if you see it clearly. I don't know, folks. There's a green line here intersecting with it. I will talk about that later. But do you see what I mean by volume profile controlling this? Watch this example as well. You see this level here? You see where it coincides with volume profile? Do you see the power line also helping? Power line, which I will explain as well. Do you see the same power line intersecting with this one here? So on a daily chart, what I see if this area holds, folks, if this area holds, there's a big dip happening, maybe by today or tomorrow to this area. Do you see this also? This is another level. This is another indicator that I will talk about it next. But you also, there's intersection of these two power lines, which I will talk about them, indicating what? Indicating a breakout or a breakdown coming up. There's intersection between the green and red, which I'll talk about it as well. But so far on volume profile, I'm assuming everything is good. Don't forget, with time, you can attend our weekly Tuesday trials and you can ask questions and you see me in action. You see how I draw levels, teach, etc. There's a lot of a great um, educational curve for you if you don't know about this. Gold. Look at gold on a weekly chart, on a daily chart. Gold didn't give me enough, so I let it go because I know it's coming back up to 1780 because I have a cluster here. Now, talking about that, right? Let's talk about our next indicator. Unless you have questions, I'm going to move on to the next indicator. All right. SAL study, or indicator for Simon's attraction level, or we're going to possibly change it to a different name. But again, it is substantial levels for Sierra charts. And the title of the webinar is why should we be using Sierra charts, right? This is the reason, because we are giving it away with the offers. I explained this earlier with this presentation. We are giving this away, part of the package. Now you can use our indicators as a standalone package where you don't have to put them on any other platform or bother with it, and use it just to study the charts, do your top-down analysis, follow my trade calls, or follow your own, or add them against your indicators. Now, remember we talked about volume profile, right? Volume profile. Now, this volume profile, you don't have to uh, use it exactly like how I use it. You can just put it against your methodology and confirm. I'll give you an example before I move on. I forgot to do that, sorry. I'll give you an example. You have a methodology, for example, and your methodology, let's say Fibonacci. A lot of my members use Fibonacci's, but with conditions. There's 3 levels, let's say, of Fibonacci's I look at. And the market came down earlier and now it's going up. You want to short. You short from here, maybe you get stopped out. You don't know. You don't know where your stop loss is. And you short from here, you get stopped out again. And then you wait, it doesn't reach the third one, it comes back down, you short, and it goes back and touches this one and comes back. Now you get stopped multiple times, not fun. With volume profile, folks, the idea is completely different. Now you have 3 levels. You need to know which one would you honor. I'll give you an example and you will see. Right? This is the volume cluster that the let's say you're doing the NASDAQ. This is the volume cluster that is associated with these, right? So the market came back down, it went up. Is this a short? Look at this. This is the cluster, right? Yes, this could be a short, but maybe a scalp. You see how it is? We said about 68% of the cluster is valid. So it's trying to break it, comes back down. You take your first target, maybe you take everything and goes back up. Maybe your stop loss is here. It has to be here because once we go above into this box, folks, as I showed you earlier, you cannot continue shorting. Why? Can you short from here now? This is the worst level to short because look at the 68% of the cluster. It's in the middle of it. Automatically, it'll stop you out. Lastly, here. Now, this is where you should be trading. So now, not only you avoided multiple stop outs, you got 2 good trades, right? Also, you know your stop loss. You know where your stop loss is. If you trade from here short, right, and there's another cluster above it that is above it here, it's maybe a smaller cluster. do you think your stop loss could be here? No, because once we go into this cluster, 68% inside it, it's going to zoom up. So your stop loss has to be maximum here. This is your stop loss, maximum. And this is exactly what I mentioned to my members today. And it's mind-boggling if you see this, and I'll tell you the time of it. Watching ES for a swing short, but stops are above 3,900. Above 3,900. What was the high today on the, or at one point on the ES when bounced down? It was exactly 3,900. It bounced down. So now if you traded 2 points before that, your risk was maybe 2-3 points only for a swing possible short. Do you understand that, right? Good. So again, sorry for the delay. Let's move to the next level. SAL indicator, Simon's attraction levels. Going back. What are the attraction levels? Let's go to SAL. On the ES, this is ES and these are magenta lines, right? You see them. SAL attraction levels work as follow. I'll explain first here. Market makers, trading bots, institutions are the main market movers, correct? We call them market movers. They trade big. And this, if you don't have a historic, which nobody else has other than SierraChart, that's why I said there's the reason for you to use SierraChart, especially if you are a trader, a futures trader. Nobody else has this other than SierraCharts. I tried all the charts. They don't have historic market depth. So from the historic market depth, my indicator will pick up the highest 50 levels of entries. They could be pending around, scattered around the price action, above, below. You don't see them, but this indicator will make you see them. It will pop up. You see these levels here, right? So let's say you have 50 levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, 50 levels of them. The biggest ones will be, you can design them thicker, which I will show you. You can make them thicker. You can change the colors too. However, out of 50, let's say one of them here has, for example, 1,000 contracts. And this is the smallest one. The smallest one. And this is number 50, the smallest one. And all of a sudden, another entry comes in and goes for 1,001 contracts. This will disappear and this will show up. Do you understand? So it will pick the highest 50 only. You don't have to use them all. And in most cases, I use 30, 20. For scalping, I would use 40. But for swing trading, I will use maybe 10 or 15. And the indicator works as follow. I have 20 levels here. So this chart, 60-minute chart on the ES, as an example, it's limited to 20 highest levels of market makers entries. It will pick them. If you put 30, it will show 30. And you can change also the thickness of them. Like, for example, I usually like 5. So 5 is the biggest one. 5 is so which one is the biggest one so far? I think I have one here, one here. See, it's a bit thicker, right? So that's SAL indicator. How do we use it? What is the purpose of it? Let's go back to the charts and let's see. NASDAQ, for example. NASDAQ, I called a trade today. I'll show you. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Okay, I said today at 11:25 a.m. to my members, Nasdaq resistance at 12050 to 60. So there was a resistance between 50 and 60, 10 points. I'm shorting with stops at 12065. You see, I gave my members a stop loss. If you can catch 50 to 55, that is a good entry. Let's go back. You see this guy here? He said he got 55. I got 53, so he was better than me. This goes for at about 25 points or 30 points in favor, this trade, until it goes back and stops us out. But the stop loss, I mean, it was a profitable trade. I think we got just over 100 ticks out of it, right? I was looking for 1,000 ticks, which I will show you in a different video. But it didn't hold. It's hesitation. Market is waiting for tomorrow's non-farm payroll, etc. So look at this picture. Do you see how the market touched this area and bounced down? I told my members this was my entry, right? And not only that, if you look at the SAL indicators, look at the targets below. So I used my SAL indicator for targets because it is a traction level. So here. Again, this is not available on any other chart system, charting only on SierraChart. That's why I would like you to take advantage of the offers, because we're including SierraCharts. For example, let's say you are going long, and here's your entry level. You're going long. What is your first target? I have two ways of this doing that. First of all, my first target is going to be possibly a SAL indicator that is a good entry that will attract the market to it. That's why attraction level. I will say this is my first target. The other one will be if the market has a cluster like this, and I got in, and this is the top of the cluster, this will also help me to get my first target. We trade with my trade calls are based on 3 contracts. You can do 3 mini, 3 micro, 3 standard, doesn't matter. Target 1 is usually on the first 2. So if I say target 1 is this price and it's 30 ticks, you just made 60 ticks in profit, right? 60. So now your stop loss, because stop loss was just below, now your stop loss is safe, because even if the market comes and takes you out of 60, maybe you gave back 20, so you're still making 40 ticks. And that's when the person that you saw give me a testimonial in front of my other members, saying that I'm a great risk manager, I'm a great risk analyzer with my trades. Okay, so SAL indicator is important. Another thing SAL indicator does for you, and this is the main reason why I created this, not for taking profits only, but the main reason is if I'm going short, for example, according to the previous volume profile, for example, I have a short right here, for example. You see how this is the top of the cluster volume, but look what showed up on top of it. SAL indicator. SAL indicator will show up indicating action. This is when you go, okay, short. And I will show you these things during the trial. If you join the trials, I have Tuesday trials, and I can show you that. Okay. Any questions on SAL indicator so far? Excellent. No questions. Great. Everybody's getting it. Just give me a second sip of water. Next, DRL study, dynamic reversal level for SierraCharts. This could be available on different platforms, but I created it. So you have to take it from me and put it on different platforms. But you can, because you have to have the source code. So this is specific to me. I created it on SierraCharts. In the past, I had it on NinjaTrader too, right? How does it work? What is dynamic reversal level? Let's go to the charts and let's look into it. You see those levels? This says 144. This is daily. 144 minute is a daily. 15 minute, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, 120 minutes. This is two of them on top of each other. So what, 280 minutes maybe or something, right? So basically you could change the thickness or the length of it. Let's say you want to do 150 length, apply. See how it gotten smaller? You can change the colors. So 240 minutes is this one here, the green one, and it's also has a 30-minute on top of it. So it has two greens on top of each. One of them is dark green, the other one is light green. You can change the colors too. But how does this work? Let me explain. I looked into about 10 to 15 indicators, reversal indicators. That's why the name of this study is a dynamic reversal levels. Dynamic because it moves. So I studied reversal levels. And what I did is that I found a few really good ones throughout my journey. So let's say I have, and I put 6 of them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them together. Now, if 3 of them at least or more fall into a spot, it will show up as a level. Of course, the level will be the level is embedded inside. For example, here is embedded inside a 30-minute candle. You don't see it. It's embedded inside the indicator. It's in the program. But there's a 30-minute candle chart that is here. Once the candle, so basically this is a support. If it comes back to it, this is support and this is the resistance. 15 minutes is resistance. Once the market touches it, but it's still valid, it will turn to dots. But you know it's still valid, but it will get dotted. Dot, 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 dot. Once the 30-minute closes, or if it's not valid, it will change. Of course, it will disappear. But once the 30-minute chart closes, you will see it shifting to the next 30 minutes, to the new 30-minute level support and resistance. That's why these ones I call them dynamic. Every 30 minutes, this will change. Also, this will change because 15 minutes, 30 minutes has two 15 minutes in it. Every day, this will change on a daily basis. And you get the point. It will change the positions according to the new bar that opens up. So it's a very strong indicator. My members and myself, we use it for extra added bonus, extra added confirmation, right? And I will try and show you a video from one of the trades last day of trading in June. I took a trade, I videoed it, and I will show you how it worked. Okay, I'll show you how the indicators worked and everything. You will put it together with you. Any questions so far about this? Okay. Power line study. This indicator is, as one of my members called it, the most underrated indicator in the industry. Power lines is this power line is an advanced. Let me ask you this one. Anybody knows of fractals levels? Fractals it's a very important thing in charting and trading and indication and the indicators. So this is based on fractals, but I enhanced it with volume too, right? What is power line and how it works? These lines here. First of all, where do these lines come? Do you see the support, the massive support here for the NASDAQ? You see it, right? This is a power line. Of course, you can change it. I'll show you. First of all, this and this have created a power line, and this have created a power line. In fact, if I show you, power lines, let's change something. Let's change the red. Okay, you see I just made it more clear for you. So the same goes with the green as well. Doesn't matter, but you get the point. This is a fractal. This is a fractal. This is a fractal. What is a fractal? The bottom fractal. A fractal is a low of a candle that has at least 2 on the left and 2 on the right lows that are lower than it. 2. So that's a fractal. And of course, I added volume to it too. So now you have this and this creating a fractal or a power line. It stopped it here, it stopped it here, it stopped it here. See this here, also very powerful. This is the most powerful indicator that you can use to help you with your methodology. Let's say you're trading, you're using certain levels, this will help you tremendously. So as the DRL, the previous one, so as the volume profile, so as the SAL indicator. Okay, any questions on this? Notice here, there's a fractal between this and this. This is on a 60-minute. See how the extension of it coincides, intersecting with these ones too, from here to here, and this one and this one. So this area here, it's crucial for rejection. Of course, you add the volume profile to it. Now you have more precision. You add SAL indicator to it. You have more precision. Sorry, and you add other indicators to it. Maybe your indicators to it. More precise. Okay. So far, so good. Excellent. Let's move on. Reversal signals. This is a very simple indicator. I don't rely on it a lot, except for some scalps, because it's very fast. It changes all the time, but it's good for the final level that you would notice. You have to anticipate the market first. Oh, by the way, going back to the power lines, the basic use that you should be using it is going to be possibly if you're scalping on a 60-minute chart. See power lines, see how they're intersecting here, 5 minutes or 15 minutes. So you have to watch 3 charts and you can just basically use them, right? But let's go to reversal, the reversal levels. You see these lines here, these indicators. This is based on a crossover of a specific couple of specific indicators. This is not something I would use blindly. If this coincides with the volume profile, for example, if you have a volume profile, let's say volume profile here, right? A level, for example, a cluster like this here, and this is the cluster, the entrance to it, and the market touched it, and I have a power line, you know, and I have a SAL indicator sitting here, and all of a sudden one of these arrows shows up, right? This is when I would, it's good for confirmation at the very end of your, you know, of the level when you want to trade. It's very good actually for immediate entries. All right. Just letting you know, I don't depend on it other than that. That's it. Very simple indicator. Mostly visual, okay? And voice alert indicator. Voice alert indicator is something I use for a reason, and I'll show you. If I am watching, for example, the Nasdaq, this is the Nasdaq, and I want to see if the gold or the silver, this is silver, if the silver is coming to my line here, this is my main support level on the silver. You see it, folks, right? You see how the cluster, the top of it, so it will be between here and here. This is my main area for support. Remember we talked about 68% of the cluster. If this is the cluster, and I'll show you why this is my level. This is the cluster, right? The main big cluster. It has other things to it that we can trade too. See these things, but that's not the point for today. This is the bottom line. So if the if the, let me see here, F6 line, if the silver comes to these lines, and while I'm watching NASDAQ, I wouldn't know unless I hear it, right? So let's say the market came to it. I don't know if you're going to hear it. This is the actual mechanism. Not only the line we created, this is not something that you can find in Sierra charts. Sierra charts line is a basic green line, very thin. This is something we created, our own line, F6, and you can do it, right? But let's assume that the market came to this level while you are watching the NASDAQ. It will give you an audio.
F.US.scene22.
Did you hear that? If you didn't hear it, you'll hear it in the recording. Now this audio here, it's simply put, it will also type it here, right? You can use, watch this. You can use your own, words, or sorry, whatever you want it to say. You want to say silver, so you can say silver, apply, and you can say sync drawing to all charts. So all silver charts will have the same line. Yes. Display price, you can say yes. It will display price. Alert disabled. Okay, so you play apply, okay, okay, right? So now you have silver. And if you put a line here, it should say silver. I don't know if it's going to say it because I already said it. It's not going to say it now because I already said it, but see, even the price is there. Okay. Look at this NASDAQ. If I put a line for the NASDAQ, for example, come on, NASDAQ. Here. It will say NASDAQ. Or let's see.
NQ.
NQ. Did you hear that? NQ. So it didn't read the top. It just read NQ because I put NQ as a preference voice for the NASDAQ. All right. So that's about the voice alert. So I don't want to miss trades. That's what the thing is about. Now, let me show you an example of a trade that we took big last month, the last trade of June. And June, I think we exceeded 3,000 ticks in trade calls that I gave to my members. Exceeded 3,000. I'll show you why we say 1,000 on our website, because usually we exceed it, and if we don't exceed it, we're still doing okay. But let me go to the where is this? Here. I'll show you a video. It's a 3-minute. I will go through it fast. Okay, please just watch. This is a trade call that I made last day of June trading. All right, and this is you can hear my voice too, and I can put it on YouTube for you. I have a YouTube channel. So I'm looking. I'm fast forwarding this. You see this? I call the trade verbally. You can hear me, but for the purpose of this, I just put it. I said calling short Nasdaq with a stop at 12,200. And you see, I typed it. See, this is on Telegram. I tapped it for the members already, right? And I said stop loss. And I called the exact number. I said short from 12,150 or better. So 12,150 or better was here. I called it or better. So the whole area. I say take first target. You'll notice. Take T1. Now let's go back. You see how the SAL indicator showing up, indicating more down? It's popping up. I don't know if you can see it here. Here, fast. It's better this way, right? You see? See? Take target 1. Target 1 was, oh, I changed this. Oh, here, hold on. This is my target 1. I'm sorry. Just give me a sec. You see my target 1, 30. You see it? Target 130. Why? Because I have a cluster here, and you have the bottom of the channel here. There's a reason for it. Can we all see this? Right? And watch the target. T1 is out now. Move the stop loss. So the target, final target, at the bottom of the arrow, final target. This was about 800 ticks, just the final target. 800 ticks. Watch this. NQ targeting, see? NQ targeting 11960. That comes from volume profile and my SAL indicator. And this is in the live trading room, folks. This is my students here. You will be in it as of Tuesday if you want to join us. Right? And this is the reason for the target. Do you see this, folks? Do you see the SAL indicator showing? I told you SAL is attraction levels by market makers. Market makers told me there's a big attraction level here. This was for the YM. And you notice one of my members actually took, he said he took YM instead of the NASDAQ, and that was his target. You see that? And the NASDAQ target, I said this is so 530 ticks so far. Moving, moving, moving. You see, Neil here made 200 ticks so far on the YM because he was on the YM. Same strategy, same methodology. And this is my final target on the here. This is final target hit. You see this? Now that was a 1,000 tick trade, just one trade. Why? We said we do 3 contracts, right? 3 contracts. Target 1 gave us, I think, 50 to 70 ticks for target 1. So that's almost 140, 130, 100 whatever ticks, plus 780 ticks profit. Almost 1,000 ticks trade, folks, in one trade, not 1 month, in one trade on the NASDAQ. Now, on the other hand, if this trade would have gone against us, the stop loss was already there, and it was already calculated. So the risk is not is much less than the reward. But I don't get in, I don't call a trade until I see multiple confirmations. Please pay attention to the 2 power lines. Do you see them? Please let me know if you see this. Please let me know if you can see this power line. Let me get the chat as well. Do we all see this? Power lines stopped it. And not only power lines, we have, DRL stopped it. Power lines stopped it. So we have a lot of reason on the short term as well to grab this trade, to call it. And the stop loss was obvious, clear to me that I called the stop loss as I always call my trades with a suggested stop loss, right? Sometimes the stop loss is too big for some members. You know what I say? I say I am getting into this trade using my CFDs or using my small accounts or small amounts because the risk is high, but it's up to you. All right? And you see how the market bounced Nasdaq from the target. So the target was never random. Okay? Any questions? Any questions, folks? Let me erase the drawings. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Now, the reason why I said, I'm excited about this, by the way, Anna is sharing something very important with everybody. If you want to join our Telegram, right? This is the Telegram that we have. We have indices channel. We have elites chat amongst themselves and create discussions. Sometimes they have jokes, but usually is levels and chatting and talking to me, and I share the the daily room 3 days a week here as well to the elite members, to the actual members. But you can join this channel where I can give you the Tuesday's trial. So I will, Anna posted it under chat. I'll post it here for everybody as well on the questions for everybody, sent to all. And it's also on our website, or you can email us. Right? I have metals, for example. I've been looking for long on gold, silver. We have oil. So this is oil channel, oil and nat gas. We have FX. FX includes pairs in the forex market, and it includes futures FX, like euro, pound, Canadian, etc. Okay. New approach, new offer. As I said, we are offering Sierra charts, so you can have it as a standalone platform. You don't have to switch brokers. You don't have to switch platforms. It's included in the offer. Let me explain. Let me go back to the offer page. Again, the website that we have now, it's not yet, the website was done years ago, but the changes are not yet implemented. So forgive me. Here is the membership, and I will explain to you what you are getting. Not now, not today. I'm not selling anything today. If you're convinced, you come to the trials Tuesdays, once, twice, three. It's open. Open. You understand that? It's open every Tuesday, and this will change to reflect that. Weekly Tuesday trials, right? From 9 a.m. to noon Eastern time. But the package is this, folks. You are going to get, this is for a membership for life, permanent, 6,500. And the reason why I changed this, because I noticed a lot of traders, a lot of people who are interested in our packages and in joining us, but then the price is big, especially after the Ukraine war, the inflation, lack of whatever. A lot of things are happening to the world. So I decided, you know what? It hit me last week. I decided to implement it right away. So I started implementing this a couple of days ago. My webmaster is working on it to perfect it. But for now, it's going to be $2,500 for 1 year. We will give you a refund for your Sierra charts, about, I think, $360. Right? So you can have Sierra charts. It's easy to get. You can use I told you, Sierra charts with AMP futures. You can just go and get a demo, or you can go to our website, right? You can go to our website and look for the partners, and you have 3. They will help you getting Sierra charts. See that? All right. And you will get all the indicators that I talked about. You own them. Even after 1 year, you leave. You don't have to, you don't want to pay. You own everything. The only thing that you will not be coming into, or I will not let you come into, is the live trade room that I have. You will see it on Tuesday. You just can come in as a guest on Tuesdays, right? But after the first year, it's going to be only $250 a year, and this is only for maintenance. So if I update my indicators, if there's a mistake, something wrong with the indicator, of course I have to pay my guy, I have to pay my programmers, anything, like it's maintenance basically to help you and to improve you. You don't have that. The second year, I don't pay for Sierra charts because I'm already giving you $250 only for the year. You cancel after the first year. You pay $2,500 or $2,140 because I'm giving you $360 back for Sierra charts, right? This package is about $5,000, folks, but I'm giving it to you for half price, plus I'm adding Sierra charts to it. Next year, it's going to be renewing for $250. Whether we can do it automatic, or I can send you a note that this is your renewal. You can say, Simon, okay, I'll renew. You pay $250, but you have to pay for your own Sierra charts. At that time, you should be able to know the value of it and continue. And if you don't want, you keep everything. The only thing that you don't keep is the live trade room when I trade live. So you're gonna stay here as well. You're gonna still receive You're going to stay with the elite members. You're going to stay in the indices, everything. You're going to stay on this. All right? Make sense? Any questions? I think it's fair. Any questions so far? The education part of it, we have a very comprehensive education, and it's all in here. For example, if I give you access to this, level 1, getting started with Sierra. Now, with Sierra charts, once you install it, once you have the data feed through the broker or anything, if you go SIM, you can have it from Sierra charts directly. If you are my member, I'll give you my templates. You don't have to worry about the template. So whatever you saw here, is a template. I'll give it to you. You just put it on your charts and that's it. You deal with it. So weekly, daily, you can change it according to what you want. You can change the colors, but this is what you're going to get from me. NASDAQ, ES, or any instrument that I have, you can have the same. You don't have to struggle with putting it together. You can have it. It's free. It's part of the package. Okay. Now, where were we? Education. Where is it? So here's education. Level 1, dealing with Sierra charts. Level 2, starting point. Level 3, level 4. Level 3, for example, it's a detailed education on using volume profile, right? Detailed. That's something that you can start with as well. It's a video you can watch, and we have a lot more. All right, and it tells you how the volume profile started. Remember, I talked about the volume profile comes from the bid and ask ladder, and here it is. And then, we canceled it, we created different things, and then now we settled with a volume profile. Right? Any questions? I believe I'm done here. Tuesday's trials, please. On the slide says access live training and trading room, but then you say your students annual plan. Iqbal. Okay, let me see. On the slide, it says access to live training and trading room, but then you say we student on annual plan. Oh yeah, because I changed. If you want, the good question. Iqbal is asking here. The annual plan is 250 to support you. Remember, if you pay this 6,500, because so far all my students that are with me, this is the first time I'm offering this option. If you want to stay with me always on all of them, including the live trading room, then this is the price. If you wanna try it for 1 year and be with me, trade with me, and then the $250 a month, a year, its annual price is not only to keep you in that, but also to support you, to help you, to add if there's anything to be added, anything to be improved, you will be part of it. I don't know what else to say. It's two different offers. One of them I think is very attractive. And if you want to stop, let's say you don't want to renew the next year, let's say you travel, you're busy, your business or whatever, and you stop it, and when you come back, we can start it again, right? But I think it's fair to charge $250 to keep you as a member. However, you own everything else. You will be owning the indicators. I'm not going to take them from you. They're yours. It's part of the package. You paid already for them, and it's very, very affordable because it's not 6,500. So you will own, and you can trade, and you also will be on all these channels: indices, elite, metals, oils. You will be on this channel because my calls are made here anyway. When I am in the room, I also make my calls here. Okay? Is that clarified, Iqbal? Any more questions? You can always talk to me. What's inside the live trading room? Join me on Tuesday, right? Join me on Tuesday. You will have a recording of this video. Also, join here. I'm sending it to all. Join my Telegram, free. It's free. Here's the Telegram. There's a channel that is free right here. Join it. I just sent you the access to it. So now you can get an invite to every Tuesday. It's going to be open. Or email me. Email me. We'll stay in touch. I'll add you to my list so you can get an email to join. Here, contact. Yeah. So when Tuesday comes, I will give you a link before the room. Let's say if I start at 9, I'll give it to you the night before in the room. I'll say, hey, listen, there is a trial. I'll say here, there's a trial. Join tomorrow, open trial at this time. Or I'll give it to you maybe 8 o'clock, 8:30. Just check this before you on Tuesday. You're welcome. But contact me, please. Simon@thetraderinstitute.com. Contact my sales, contact info, and we will be more than happy to help you. And I think I made the package affordable. I put years and years of studies into this. At one point, it used to be $9,000. We reduced it to $6,500 to help out more customers, more traders. And now it's this because, I have to consider the financial situation currently and what people are going through as well. Any questions? If not, I thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time, your efforts for being with us. Some pictures from the past. I used to teach. This is about 15, 17 years ago. So thanks, everybody. Appreciate your time, your efforts, and everything. My story a bit getting crazy, but we're done. Hopefully, this was in Colorado, Denver. If you see it, I'm back now. Okay. And all the best, everybody. Anna, thank you so much. And bye for now.